Hello everybody, it's me, it's your friend, it's the Awkward Commentator. Welcome back to yet another episode of Diddy Kong Racing, except this is the redo of Diddy Kong Racing. Why am I redoing Diddy Kong Racing, you ask? Well, to be blunt with you guys, I absolutely hate every video in my first series of Diddy Kong Racing, the first series I ever did. In my personal opinion, every video in that series is absolute cringe. Just my commentary. Yeah, pretty much my commentary is probably the only reason. Otherwise, I think, you know, overall it went pretty well. I unlocked pretty much everything. And I managed to do a bonus episode with TT, you know, unlocking TT, the secret character. And since we've, well, I'm assuming, I know I actually got a lot of new viewers, so a lot of you probably won't know, but there are two additional characters in this game. There's Drumstick, and there's TT. I will be unlocking Drumstick, however, I will not be unlocking TT, solely because I already have a video of me unlocking TT, and in my personal opinion, that video is probably the best video in that entire series. So, without further ado, let us meet the faces of Diddy Kong Racing. First up, Crunch the Crocodile. Next up, the man himself, Diddy Kong. Bumper the Badger is third. Everybody's favorite bear, Banjo the Bear. Timber the Tiger. Pipsy the Mouse. Tip Top the Turtle. And everybody's favorite adorable cute little squirrel, Conker. This was way before Conker's Bad Fur Day was ever a thing, just so you guys are aware. Conker is cute and innocent right now, but oh boy, to those that play Conker's Bad Fur Day, he is not cute and innocent. Okay, sorry for the cut right there, but I had to do something really quick. So, last time, in my first series of this game, I did the entire series as Timber the Tiger. So what do you say we switch it up? To those that watched the trailer and to those that heard the little laugh that I included at the end of the video, yes, I'm going to be Banjo the Bear. The reason for Banjo is because I asked one of my friends, Keon, Coolman96, link to his channel in the description if anybody wants to check him out. I asked him which character he would like me to be, and he picked Banjo, so what do you say? We get the show on the road, go straight into the adventure with Banjo. As you can see, this right here is my practice file, but I am going to make another practice file with the same initials. I guess it's not really initials, because it's just, you know, the first three letters of my name. But yeah, that works. Let's go.
I am the genie of the island. I'm here to help you. Good luck.
So, first things first. there is a DS remake of Diddy Kong Racing. It is absolute garbage. However, I'm going to showcase, or I'm going to do my best to showcase some of the differences with the DS remake, because there are a lot of differences. What differences? Like, a lot. First and foremost, this Matt right here with the genie over here, his name is Taj the Genie. This Matt right here that we are currently driving over, it does not exist in Diddy Kong Racing DS, except there is a tent of sorts, and if you were to head inside the tent, there's a magic lamp, as shown on the screen right now. Once again, I'll do my best. I have to take a photo of this off with my phone on my Nintendo 3DS, because I don't have a Nintendo 3DS capture card, so hopefully this works. Hopefully it turns out great. You rub the magic lamp, and then you can actually change your character, believe it or not, mid-adventure. I mean, you can do that anyway. You can also customize your car. You can also change the color of your car, all that fun jazz. And not to mention, Taj in the DS remake is actually a playable character. However, he is not really that great of a character. His stats are absolute garbage, except for acceleration. His acceleration speed is insane. That's probably the only stat, if not the only stat, that he's really good at. So, Taj himself, the purpose of Taj is solely to change your vehicle. You have three different types of vehicles. You have your standard car, which we're in right now. You have your hovercraft, which is able to go over water and magma, believe it or not, or lava, I don't remember. We're not, you know, there is a hovercraft course, not really a hovercraft course, but there is a course in this game with magma, and we can use the hovercraft on it, and instead of dying a horrible, painful death, we can race over it. And we got the plane. In my personal opinion, the plane is probably the favorite of my three. So, first and foremost, we look in the top right corner right there. You have a golden balloon icon times 0. Our goal is to collect golden balloons throughout the island, throughout Timber Island. And aside from that, we must collect 4 pieces of an amulet known as the Whiz Pig amulet. See this monument right here? Each time we collect a piece of the amulet, a fourth of the face of this monument will reveal. And we must collect all 4 pieces in order to defeat the dreaded Whiz Pig. All this stuff that I explained in the very first episode of Diddy Kong Racing. However, I feel like now I'm explaining this a little better. Excuse me, sorry, I had a frog in my throat right there. So, starting off, okay, stop saying so much, Dave. Starting things off, there are 4 golden balloons scattered throughout the island, and I will showcase some differences with the DS remake as well. Also, I am not used to playing as Banjo, a heavyweight character, so if I crash a lot, forgive me. There I go with saying so again, seriously, Dave. Okay, first and foremost, over here, in the area of Snowflake Mountain, because the second domain, technically, right through that door right there with a big old 2, it's called Snowflake Mountain. Right here. There is a balloon right here in case, I think that works, encased in a block of ice. What you have to do is you have to use the touchscreen on the Nintendo DS, you have to drag the ice with the balloon inside of it down this little slope right here, and then you have to get it into the water. Once it's inside of the water, you have to follow it all the way over here until it gets to the island over here. Once it gets to the island, the ice will melt, the balloon will be free, and you'll be able to collect your balloon. Aside from that, over here, you see this big old empty area right here? In the DS remake, there's actually it's not empty. There's actually it's a little own beach over here. And on the beach itself is this little touchscreen pattern challenge for you to do. If you draw a circle, you get yourself some coins. If you draw a balloon, then you get yourself a golden balloon. Unlike the DS remake, the original game has a total of 4 golden balloons scattered throughout the island, whereas the DS remake only has 3, yet the DS remake still has the same number of balloons. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Not only that, over here, coconut trees. In the DS remake, there's a little touchscreen challenge. Over on that wall over there are cracks in the wall. You're able to use the coconut trees to fling coconuts at the cracks in the wall, destroy them, and once they're destroyed, coins will fall down. Coins are basically currency on how you can upgrade your vehicle. Because, believe it or not, you can upgrade your vehicle to your car, your hovercraft, or your plane to boost their acceleration and all that jazz, or just boost how their handling is. Aside from that, over here, believe it or not, there's actually an entrance right here. However, in the DS remake, there's a little more. Over to the right, or not the right, over to the left, there's actually another entrance. And it leads directly out, all the way over here, right past the lighthouse right here. So in the DS remake, there's another opening right here that leads you straight over there. Personally, the DS remake is a lot easier than this game right here. The original is a lot more challenging than the actual DS remake. Anything else that I'm missing at the moment? I don't believe so. Now what do you say we grab the car, We're, Jesus Christ, stage 10 minutes in. There's a lot to explain. There is a lot to explain. Now, how I'm going to be doing these videos are, I'm going to be doing the first 4 races and then the boss, and then I'm pretty much going to be doing the same exact thing I did in the original series. The first 4 races, I'll be quiet for a second.
Dino Domain.
Thank you, TT. Welcome everybody to the first domain in the game, Dino Domain. There are a total of 4 tracks throughout each domain, along with its own trophy race, which you will be unable to do the trophy race until you beat the boss for a second time. There's a boss door over there, along with a TT challenge. The TT challenges are essential to 100% completing the game, so make sure that you do the TT challenges and gain the TT amulet. This little guy over here, everybody should know him by now because I had a full video dedicated to him. Hi, I'm TT. You can ask me about your game status or select my time trial mode to practice the level. I can also save your best goes. TT can give us our status and we can also turn the time trial on or off. I'm personally going to keep the time trial off for now.
Game status.
He shows us how many pieces of the amulet we have, both amulets, how many trophies we have, and how many keys we have. Believe it or not, we do have to find keys scattered throughout each domain. Thankfully, only 1 per domain.
Okay.
Without further ado, what do you say we actually get into the game itself and go straight into Ancient Lake? Let's go.
Ancient Lake.
Starting things off here, on the field, you guys will see bananas. Bananas are basically, think of, once again, I'm going to say the exact same words I said in my first episode of this series. Think of coins from the Mario Kart series. The more bananas you have, the faster your exhilaration. Once you get up to 10 bananas, your exhilaration is at max. If you get more than 10 bananas, it does not affect anything. We have balloons. There are multiple different colors of balloons. Blue balloons being speed boost. And you're able to upgrade said balloons. Okay, cool. And you're able to upgrade these up to, I believe, level 3. Level 3 being the highest and the most powerful. Blue balloons, as I mentioned, are speed boosts. Red balloons are projectiles of sorts, like missiles. Yellow balloons, or purple balloons, they're technically purple and yellow. They are shields. Green balloons are hazards, as oil slicks, landmine, or a bubble. And then we have rainbow balloons, which are basically magnets. Magnets are a little bizarre, but they can definitely be helpful in a pinch. And you want to make sure that you grab the key in the track that the key is in before you finish the race. Otherwise, you'll be unable to come back into this track until after you beat the boss.
This is for you.
Yeah, I played this game so much growing up as a child. For a while, I think it was the only game I had for a little bit. I pretty much know this game like the back of my hand now. I know how to beat it. I know where, aside from Adventure 2, because there is an Adventure 2 in this game, I pretty much know everything about this game. And one thing I failed to mention, actually no, there were zippers in Ancient Lake. If you go over the zipper while holding the acceleration button, you get a normal boost. And this goes for blue balloons as well. See that green boost right there? If you were to let go of the acceleration button as you get a boost, you get a green flame. The green flame actually gives you a lot more power. Power? Yeah, I think that works. See right there? I held on to the acceleration button and I didn't get the green boost. But if you let go of the acceleration button, bam, you get yourself a nice powerful green boost right there. That'll definitely help in some upcoming boss battles that we have. Boss battle? I guess in a way it's a boss battle, but boss races I should say. And let me tell you guys something. I've been wanting to redo this game ever since I finished the first series because, my god, the first time I did this game, at the current time, it was actually really good. But still, I can't believe people actually found that series enjoyable. The first episode of Diddy Kong Racing, the original one, has over 100 views and is currently sitting at 7 likes, I believe. I'm happy about it, don't get me wrong, but holy crap, the entire video is just cringe right there. And back then, I had a pretty crappy microphone, too. I had a cheap $30 Walmart headset, but then again, everybody's got to start somewhere, and I didn't have as great as a laptop as I have right now.
for you.
Jungle Falls.
And yes, as you guys can probably obviously tell, I am recording this once again off an emulator, solely because I do own a physical copy of this game and a physical copy of the DS remake, as you guys saw earlier with the photos and the video. That I do actually own 2 physical copies. I said that already, Jay. Seriously, what are you, a freaking broken record? And I am able to play this game legit. Unfortunately for me, I have no idea or no way of recording Nintendo 64 games. I don't even know if I don't even have a Nintendo 64 capture card if one even exists. I know the Runaway guys recorded some Mario Party 1 through 3 on the Nintendo 64. I don't know how they did it. I wish I knew how they did it, because I would totally do this game legit if I could. Unfortunately, this is the only way I can record this game. But personally, I don't mind. I think hopefully this is going to be the one and only series that I ever do off an emulator, now that I actually have a capture card. Also, it feels good to not use my capture card. My capture card gets a break.
For you.
Volcano.
Everyone, this is my favorite track in the entire Dino Domain, solely because of the soundtrack. Take a listen to this soundtrack. The soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal, and I can't help but smile every time I listen to it. I don't know what it is about it, but this soundtrack will always hold a special place in my heart to me. It doesn't matter how old I get, every time I play Diddy Kong Racing, I will happily play Hot Top Volcano. Now, the bosses of this game. We're about to face our first boss. In the original game, they have their own voice clips. Diddy Kong Racing DS, they do not. My personal opinion, I feel like Diddy Kong Racing DS was a little rushed, especially with some of the features. And the bosses themselves are pathetically easy. The bosses in this game at least put up a challenge, but in Diddy Kong Racing DS, I believe the only boss that actually puts up a challenge is probably the second boss in the game, strictly because the hovercraft in the Nintendo DS remake is absolute garbage. Even with the upgrades that I get, I still can't control that thing to save the life of me. I really wish I could showcase to you guys how bad the hovercraft in that game is, but unfortunately I have no way of doing that at the moment.
This is for you.
The little introduction sequence that you guys just saw right there is completely removed from the Nintendo DS remake. If you're going to introduce a boss, you need at least some sort of introduction. The DS remake has absolutely nothing, and it upsets me. You guys are going to be hearing me hate on the DS remake a lot throughout this series.
Well done, kid. Now I challenge you to a race.
And the fact that they gave these bosses their own voice clips, their own personalities, the DS remake completely lacks that, and it's just embarrassing. I really wanted a DS remake growing up, and when they finally announced the DS remake, for the longest time, I begged my mom, I begged my grandma, pretty much any of my family members, I begged them to give me the game. We went to Walmart one day, my grandma gave me 50 bucks, and she's like, here, you can have the game, you've been good all week, you deserve this. So, once I finally got the game, and once I started playing it, I was honestly disappointed. I had fun. Once again, it was the only game I had for the while, because growing up, I mean, we weren't like poor, but we definitely couldn't afford a new game as often as I'm buying a new game right now. Then again, I am an adult with my own money, and I'm a little smart with my money. That's besides the point. Growing up, Diddy Kong Racing DS was the only DS game I had for the longest time, so I played it a lot. And when we got to the final boss race, when we actually get to the final boss, I like how I'm talking about the final boss in episode 1. Again, that's besides the point. The final boss was even a letdown. I was worried about the final boss during my first playthrough of the DS remake, and when it came time to race him, it was upsetting.
Well done, kid. Now try my new challenge. Collect all of my silver coins from around the Dino Domain. You must find 8 from each level and win, and then come back to see me.
I've got something special for you.
And with that, I'm calling it quits on the first episode of the redo of Diddy Kong Racing. Next time on Diddy Kong Racing Redo, we'll take on the silver coin challenges of the Dino Domain, and we'll be taking on... I failed to mention this guy's name, Tricky the Triceratops. I believe that's what he's called, but his name is indeed Tricky. We'll be taking on Tricky for a second time and earning ourselves our first piece of the WizPig amulet. Hope to see you guys back here in the next episode. Hope each and every single one of you watching this video has a fantastic day. Catch all of you later, and stay fresh.